All right, people. I am starting to think that the people that work for the Weather Channel are also starting to work for YouTube Studio. That's the only thing I can imagine. Absolutely ridiculous. I got to read text because I got people texting me. Just went black. He froze up. Geez. Absolutely ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. Rich. Like I said, I think the same people that work for the Weather Channel are start work for YouTube or something because this is just ignorant, 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 ignorant. Wow. All right, I'm going to start talking about more lures before this goes crazy again because I wanted to show off some more stuff tonight. Hopefully, I can keep you guys up and not lose you again because that just sucks. The next thing I want to show you guys is by far my favorite. I've been using this thing since I was, I don't know, probably 12, 13 years old. Fishing Benetton Lake. I'll never forget it. I was out there. I was using live minnows. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Greg, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's got to be the connection. I don't know. Stupid internet. But yeah, I was fishing Benetton Lake with some live minnows when I was a kid, and I ran out of minnows. Didn't have enough money for more minnows, and I remember going up to my dad and asking if he had anything that would work. Well, he handed me a little split tail plastic minnow. It was made by the Rattlesnake Company, which I doubt they're even around anymore. That was one that Kmart carried, which Kmart's been going out of business for a while now with people, so I really don't know if that's even a brand anymore, but Rattlesnake Company made these little plastic minnows. And I'll tell you, I went out and I threw that plastic minnow out with no weight, no swivel, just tied on a hook, put the minnow on there, flipped it out, and I just twitched it. And that thing danced and fluttered and looked just like a real minnow. And I'll tell you, I caught just as many, if not more, bass that day on that plastic minnow than I was even on the real stuff. And as Rich, that's on here right now, seen the other day, had sucker minnows, $10 a dozen sucker minnows, even some goldies in there and chubs. You throw them things out, they don't work as good as a bass assassin does. And that is the next thing I want to talk about. Bass assassins are my very, 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 very favorite lure for bass and pike. Even dogfish. If you guys want to catch some dogfish, they love these things. Anything that wants to eat a minnow is going to eat the bass assassin. This thing in the water, it's what they call a fluke. Fluke style baits are really great. They dance in the water just like a minnow. The only difference between this and a minnow is the minnow's only going to swim a certain way. This thing here, you can make it work the way that you want it to work. You can make it jump out of the water. You can make it, dance back and forth. There's a lot of stuff that this thing can do that a real minnow isn't going to do, and it drives the fish nuts. Yep. Rich is a believer. I'll tell you, I got him right into it. Hopefully you got into buying some at Northwoods, like you said, because, man, they're definitely great. But, the other day we were using my favorite color, which is the glow-in-the-dark with the chartreuse tail. That's the color that I have been using for a very long time, and it is my favorite, hands down. The other color was this candy corn, which last year was the first year I ever bought the candy corn colored Bass Assassins. I don't like them as much as the glow-in-the-dark and chartreuse, but as you've seen in the video, they work. We caught a ton of pike on these too. I don't think we got as many as we did on the glow-in-the-dark and chartreuse, but they work. When it comes down to it, they work just as great. But also, the hooks. The very first episode that you seen us fishing, we lost a lot of pike, a lot of them. Probably twice as many as we did in that last episode. And I am a firm believer that it was because of the hooks we were using. We were using some cheap, just Eagle Claw 2-aught hooks that I had in the back, in my backpack in the van. They suck. I'm never buying them again. They might be cheap, they're, something, I guess, if you really had to, you can use them because they're a hook. But I broke down the other day, these are Gamakatsu 2-aught hooks. Okay, the 2-aught for me is perfect for these Bass Assassins. That is just the right size. You want a hook that is going to be close to half the size of your bait. Because when that fish swallows it or takes that bait, you want to make sure it gets it in its mouth. If you've got a shorter hook on there and that fish comes up and takes it, you've got a lot less of a chance to catch it. But if you've got half of that bait covered, there's a better chance you're going to hook that fish. So, like I said, the 2-aught hook, in my opinion, is the best hook for a bass assassin. There's also Lunker City has minnows out there. I have a ton of those. They're just little. I think they're 4-inch. They're just really small. Might not even be 4-inch. They might be like 3-inch. But they work on there too. Same thing. I would just use that 2-aught hook. It is perfect. The Gamakatsu is a great hook. It's super, super sharp. You seen how many fish we caught on these the other day? We only used one hook. All them fish, one hook. 6 of these, and I paid $5.99. They are $1 a piece. Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. Hey there, Jared. How's it going, buddy? Hey, Mike. How you doing, man? You know, I am the same way, dude. You know, when it comes to fishing stuff, that's what really matters. And I mean, I grew up fishing a lot of Eagle Claw. I've always used them. But yeah, 4-inch. That's what I thought. But yeah, I always grew up fishing Eagle Claw, but you know, it's not what it's cracked up to be. I miss so many more fish. Plus, these are offset, and that does make a difference. You can see how this is kind of a weird shape. That's what you call offset hook, and it's great, especially with these Bass Assassins, because you see they've got Bass Assassins have a bit of a groove in the middle, and that is actually made to hide the hook. You can thread this Bass Assassin down in there, and it kind of covers up part of the hook. You know, half that hook is going to be hidden, but it's not buried in there like it would have to be if there wasn't that channel. It's actually there so it can get a good chunk of meat out of that fish. But that is all you need. And this is exactly how I run them. I try to get them as straight as possible on that hook, because you want them, the straighter you can get it, the better chance you got that they are going to dance and jump out of the water. And I mean, these things really work, but you got to have them threaded on there just right. Yeah, they are great hooks. You know, this is the first ones that I bought, and I'm game. I'm going to start buying them all. That's all I needed. And like I said, even though they're expensive, one hook caught me a ton of fish. That means a lot to me. Hey, Josh. Yeah, sorry about that, man. What a night. What a night. It's just been a crap day all around, I guess. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the rods and reels last forever. You take good care of them. Yeah, you got that right too, Mike. That's another thing too. The offset hooks are made so that when the fish bites them, it'll actually turn inside of their mouth. I mean, when you set that hook, it turns and gets them right in the side of the jaw more often than not. It's really a great, great hook. Instead of, you know, like the Eagle Claw, we were getting random hook sets. Most of the time it was barely in the mouth. You know, you'd pull that pike out of the water and the hook would just fall right out. Not with these things. You know, pike have a pretty solid beak on them. That big mouth is just a solid, solid beak. These things go right through them, man. These Gamakatsus, good hook. It would just jam right through those things. But yeah, the Bass Assassin, hands down, if I only had one lure left in the world that I had to use for my bass and pike and stuff, Bass Assassin would be it. I would choose that before anything else. Hey, Chad, how's it going? Hey, Luke, welcome back, buddy. Yeah, you know, I really want to take these, like the little bit of know-how I got on different baits. I want to take this around the world. I would love to try these, you know, Bass Assassins on some peacock bass. I'd love to hit the Amazon River, see what'll smash these things. I mean, I got dreams. One day I'll do that, but no, I didn't end up doing that, Jared. No, Thursday ended up raining most of the day. It was just a nasty day. And with the price of gas right now, I got to make sure that that it's worth it, because that's a trip, man. I spent, you know, even in that little van, that thing's great on gas, but it cost me $60 to fill it. That's just stupid. I seen a guy with a truck today at the gas station spent like 120 to fill. Oh yeah, VMCs are great too. You got that right. Yeah, that's a good hook company. Yep, Zoom Flukes. Yeah, same thing. Yep, they're I mean the Bass Assassin is nothing more than a fluke. You know, the Zoom Flukes though, they're more sleeker, but they yeah, they do a lot of good dancing, but I don't know. I've always been a sucker for these Bass Assassins. I even I don't know. I got it tattooed on my arm, Bass Assassin. So, I've always loved it. It's been my favorite bait since I was a kid. Oh yeah, the spinner baits with the big willow leaves. In my opinion, those are the best. The Colorados are good and all. I mean, I think any spinner bait's good, but yeah, the willow leaves the way to go. Yeah, this reed runner is going to be a good one, mostly because of the color. Oh yeah, man, get yourself some Bass Assassins. They're totally worth it. I'll tell you that Bill guy that you seen in the video the other day. He might be watching right now. If he is, thank you so much, Bill. He hooked me up yesterday. He actually passed his all of his trapping gear on to me because he knew that if something ever happened, people have to get rid of it, or no, he didn't have anybody that would really use it. So he gave it to me, and he knows I'm going to use that trapping stuff. So I got a whole pile of really good trapping stuff, and yeah, thank you so much for that, Bill. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think I got him turned on to these too because he was watching the other day and he was throwing a swim bait. Could not get a bite. He could not get a bite, but he's seen me just nailing these things. Oh, thanks, Leanna. Yeah, my buddy Jason actually made this picture for me with the truck, and it's just one that he made up. I thought cool, and he made it so that I can actually that picture. I'm hoping to get put onto like coffee cups and stuff to sell and use in giveaways and that. I thought it was a really cool picture, but yeah, Ruby hanging out the truck. I love that too. Yeah, the double willows are the best. Yep. They didn't have any of those at Walmart though. It was just the willows with the Colorado. But nope, no weight at all, Ian. No weight at all. If I'm gonna be jigging in deep water, sure, I'll throw a jig or something on. But if you throw any kind of weight, let's say I throw a split shot above this or something like that, it throws off the action of this bait. If you throw this thing out with nothing but a hook, in fact, if you do want to add, I mean, these are heavy enough as it is. These things, especially with 8-pound tests, you should see how far I can launch this thing. But you hook this up with like a steel leader, even if you want to give it a little extra weight. But you throw some weight on there, and it just kills this. Without the weight, this thing it'll jump out of the water. I mean, you'll be amazed. This thing looks so much like a wounded fish. It's amazing. Thanks, Mike. Hey, sis. Yeah, I'm back. I got your call. I was already on here for a bit. Stupid YouTube. Thanks, Leanna. I think so too. I think it'll be a really great. It'll make a coffee cup, and it's just a great. I don't know. I love the picture. Jason does a great job with his Photoshop and stuff. So. Yeah, I have, Chad. Actually, Smithwick jerkbaits used to be my favorite for walleye when I was younger. Well, yes, for pike and walleye. Yeah, walleye when I was younger, the Smithwick, I was shocked. I started off using Rapala Husky jerks, and I do good on them. But I'll tell you, I switched over to the Smithwick, and I did better. I don't know, the colors and paint schemes and stuff. I did. What is a chatterdonk? Man, you got my attention now, Luke. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Yep, way more natural if you just leave it. No weight. You just fish this thing the way that it is. I do recommend, though. I have never. I didn't start doing this till probably 2 years ago, and I went most of my life not doing it. If you fish this bait without any kind of swivel, your line is going to be toast by the end of that very day that you were fishing it. That very day, because this bait is use a swivel. Smaller the better, obviously, because it's not going to throw it off. It's not going to look weird to the fish. But yeah, got to put a swivel on here. You put a little swivel on. That's all you need, and it'll save you a spool of line. So great because it sucks. I used to change my line almost daily growing up because of these, but it was worth it. I always caught a ton of fish, so I didn't care. But A for effort. Yeah, you got that right. uh, yep, Robin is my biggest supporter. Thank you, sis. Yeah, I was using a steel leader the other day. That was actually the very first time in my life that I've used a steel leader with the Bass Assassins, and it was funny because my first two casts was the one that brought it up. I normally don't even have leaders with me, but luckily I had a couple in the box. But I threw out my very first cast with one of these. Bam, snap line. I mean that quick, bit through, right? And then about 3-4 casts later, same thing. Bam. Soon as I didn't even get to feel the fish. He just bit clean through. So I throw that leader on there, that steel leader, and I wouldn't do it for bass. If you're strictly bass fishing, forget the leader. But if you're in a place like we were the other day that's just full of pike, yeah, I'd go with a leader because obviously you don't want to sit there and break off all the time. And the leader did saved a lot of fish. I never broke off once with that leader. The leader, you ought to see that leader. It is so chewed up. Never in my life have I seen a steel leader look like it did when we were done. But yeah, monster tooth, man. Those things chew you right up. But yeah, I've showed you guys the spinner baits. I've showed you guys my Bass Assassins. Definitely my favorite baits. Like I said, I don't know about how many people caught it earlier in my, bunch of lives that I had, but I am planning a couple travel trips here before long. I've been mapping out some spots that I used to fish when I was younger, and a couple of them are pretty incredible. There's going to be a lot of cool action. I'm really looking forward to it. One of which is actually over by you, Leanna, not far from you guys. I'm looking to maybe camp over there, but yeah, probably me and Ruby and probably Thor too. Just take the boat and have some fun. Let's see here. My next bait of choice. Now this lure just came out. Oh yeah, float trip for sure. Yeah, third time live's a charm. Hey, there you go. That's a good time too. Around end of May is always good. Yep, float trip too. I'm not gonna say where because I don't want anybody to copy me, but any YouTubers that like to follow my stuff. But I am planning a float trip. Rich is gonna be my guy that drops me off and picks me up. I haven't done one in years because my dad used to be the guy that would pick me up, and obviously, he passed 6 years ago, so I haven't had anybody do that. So he's gonna do that for me. Yeah, there you go. You got to do what you got to do. I don't, normally I don't use a leader, but I tell you, I'd save a lot of fish if I did. So, the next lure I want to talk about, this has not been out all that long. Probably, I don't know. I'm going to say 5-6 years, maybe a little longer. That's the X-Rap. You guys have seen me use these in a lot of my videos. Thanks, Mike. He's better off. It was bad how he went. Lost mom the same way. So, yeah, cancer just sucks. But this is the X-Rap. This is made by Rapala, obviously. It's a great bait. This is a jerk bait, just like we were just talking about Smithwicks and Husky jerks. The X-Rap, I think one of the greatest features about the X-Rap is I could tell you, but in this post, because I'm sure they're stalking as we talk. But one of the coolest parts about the X-Rap, is that little bit of a feather tail. You wouldn't think that would make a big difference, but it does. That right there, it just it makes them trigger a lot more. But it also has rattles inside of it, really good rattles, as you can tell. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. I see we got 30 watching. I need it, especially now after all the stupid, messed up chats. Oh yeah, fishing tournaments. Yep, I am talking about that, Greg. Because you guys are spread out everywhere, it's not going to be the type of tournament where you're going to have to worry about being at a certain lake. It is going to be a, statewide tournament, maybe even, USA wide tournament if it comes down to it. Because I know a lot of you guys are all over the place. So I don't know how many of you watched a lot of my older episodes, but there was a bit of a series going where I was bass fishing for the G Money Strong fishing tournament. And that was I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, but I did the G, and that's something that I could do. So quiet down, crazy. And then my friend Catfish Carrie, she is actually doing a really cool tournament that honestly, it's the neatest idea I've ever heard of. It's a bingo tournament. It's actually got a bingo card, and it's got, whoever gets the first bingo, you catch, let's say brook trout, bluegill, rock bass, walleye, whoever's that bingo wins. It's I like that idea behind it, but I don't see. I'm just kind of bouncing ideas around right now. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna happen. The ginger beard's coming out. As soon as I get a little bit of trim, I'm gonna be making some lures. Special edition lures, darn right. I'll tell you, man, I don't know. The X-Raps, it's not as much for, I've done all right on walleyes. In fact, they were my favorite walleye lure for, I don't know, probably 3 years. That's all I was using for walleyes. It's weird up here. I kind of vary on different lures. For a few years, I'll catch them on this. A few years, I'll get them on a crankbait. It kind of, I don't know, the walleyes up here kind of change. But for a while, I was using these X-Raps nonstop for the walleyes, and they work great. For bass and pike, though, these things are phenomenal. They really are. Sure, you've got treble hooks. So for those of you that don't want to keep anything, and don't feel like messing around with treble hooks, don't use these. But these are great. You fish them just like I do Bass Assassins, too. You watching that video, you see me just reel a few cranks, jerk, 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 reel a few cranks, jerk, jerk, jerk. That's all you do with these things, man. And they dance in the water. These will dive like 4 feet deep, but they'll, dance in the water. They got rattles. I destroy with these things. And this is my favorite color. This is clown. This is what you call the clown color. And it is just an excellent, excellent color on every lure. I've done great with clown. So yeah, the X-Rap, though, is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, I've caught a lot of different species on these things. They're great. Okay. Yeah, very cool, man. Yeah, that Topwater one's really good. That was a nice one. I actually left that one out in the truck. I should have brought her in. Next thing, I actually just learned about these. I think it was last year. Yeah, they get torn off, man. Those fish will tear the feathers right off. But at least there's, like I got chickens. I could always get more feathers. The next lure I'm going to talk about. Hey, I like where you're thinking, Chad. I actually was going to bring one of them in, and I didn't. But I'll talk about it. As far as topwater baits go, as far as topwater baits go, my very favorite types of bait are spooks. He's talking about the Zara spook, which is, that's a classic. A spook style bait. You've probably seen in my recent pike video, I actually found a spook style bait laying on the shore. I'm trying to think of the name of that one. It was a really expensive one. It was a Sammy. I can't remember who makes the Sammy, but I bought one years ago, and they are super expensive. But yeah, I love any kind of spook. The cool thing about spooks is it's called walking the dog, what you do with them. And when, you twitch the tip of your rod, just like I do with the minnow, really. And that spook will actually dance back and forth like this. Drives the fish nuts. And watching them explode on them spooks, priceless. Yeah, priceless. It's great. Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird. Fish are weird like that sometimes. Yep. Yeah, the whopper plopper. Yep. Man, those things are expensive. I was happy to find that one on the shore because I remember buying one and I was like, whoa, I know it was over $10 when I bought my Sammy, but that's what that one was I found on the ground the other day was a Sammy. Oh, that's cool. That'd be nice. Like, yeah, spooks though. I've been using them since I was a little kid. They are a lot of fun. Started off watching, Hank Parker and Bill Dance and Roland Martin fishing them things, and really a lot growing up using them. But they are definitely an excellent lure, and I recommend having them in your box. Now these I just learned about not that long ago. You've caught trout on X-Rap? Dang. See, always like going with the color combo that looks like a leopard frog. I love the leopard frog coloration because obviously it's natural. There's leopard frogs all over the place, but it's a great color. It's a bright color that's going to catch the fish's attention. But like I said, it's also natural, so they're using it. That's my favorite, hands down, is the leopard frog color on just about any topwater bait, really. Yeah, Whopper ploppers are cool. I actually just got some last year from. Your connection is unstable. Yeah, I think that's the issue tonight. Last year, first time using it, but they're a lot of fun. Yeah, that is a hard one to paint. I totally agree. Other than that, let's see. Chartreuse and orange. Those two to me are my favorite colors. I like bright stuff, and I think it's fun because growing up, I always heard, bright stuff, bright days, dark days. I don't know. I use bright stuff all the time, and I do really well on bright things. It's just what I do. Rage Tail Shad. Is that one made by Rapala? I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, man, that's cool though. Oh yeah, hula poppers. Yep, hard to beat those, man. That's classic. Oh, nice. Yep, those are good ones, John, for sure. Yeah, the next bait I want to show you guys, I just learned about a few years ago. Is where I first learned about these. Doesn't look like much, but that is actually the Ned Rig worm. This is the Ned Rig jig. Together, these things are killers. They are killers. I've been using the Ned Rigs now. Like I said, I just learned about them. I think it was last year, but it's incredible how many fish you can catch on these things. They don't seem like, when I first seen like Mike Iaconelli using these and stuff, I thought they were dumb. I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were stupid. But because they look nothing more than just a piece of a rubber worm. It looks like a regular curly tail that somebody chopped a piece off of, but these float. That's the big difference there. You throw these things out, especially on one of these Ned Rig jigs, and it's gonna stand up. So the best way to fish these I found is you reel them real slow. You just let them hit the bottom, reel them slow, because these things are just going to bounce over every little bit of structure that's on that bottom, and that tail's going to stick straight up in the air the whole time. And the bass just tear these things up. Blew my mind. I mean, they just love it. Okay, plastic. I'll have to check that one out. I don't think I've heard of that. Something's trying to load there, Leanna, but it's not showing. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Strike King. Okay. I love Strike King lures. Always have. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yep. But these, yeah, like I said, the Ned Rig, really unbelievable. They don't look like much. The jig itself is actually made special. Oh, an emoji? Yeah, first it's got this stupid loading sign. I'm really, really hating my internet today, I'll tell you. The Ned Rig jig does not look like much. Again, I say it looks dumb, just like the Ned Rig itself, but it has this, ow, sharp hook, that's for sure. It has this little like a spring. You can barely see it there. Yeah, that actually hooks onto this so that when you thread that on there, it actually holds it a lot better. That way, because a lot of times the fish will throw your plastic when you're fighting them and stuff. But these things here, the jig will hold it on there. So, no, I hear you, Luke. Actually, the only time of year that I really fish these hard is right now. Well, up here, like down there where you're at, I can tell by how many of those big largemouth you're getting. They're definitely hitting. Up here, our water is so darn cold. When the fish are so lethargic, especially them smallmouths, you got to have something slow. And for years I was struggling to find something slow. The bass assassins work because you can, pause them and let them suspend. But these here are probably the best slow fishing bait that I have found. So for those very cold water lethargic fish, I don't think you can beat these. They can be fished so darn slow, and the bass just destroy them. I've got a couple episodes on here where I've caught fish with them. They work really great. Oh yeah, yeah. I figured you guys have been warming up a little more down there. We're still freezing, man. I wish I knew how cold that water was today because it was really cold. When I got soaked, I was not happy. Yep, Sluggo is a good one too. That is also a fluke style bait. Another one that everybody made fun of for so long that I actually did really good on was the why can't I think, the Banjo minnow. Okay, I know you guys seen for those of you that watch the outdoor channel and stuff, you've seen the video that complained about them. They didn't know how to fish them right. The bass or the Banjo minnow can be fished the same way that I was with those bass assassins. And honestly, I think they swim better because they were more of a they were stretchier made, thinner bodied, and just with the more realistic tails, I think they jumped and look a lot more real. I haven't had any, I've been out of the Banjos for years. I bought a whole set at a yard sale, but I burned right through them with bass and pike. I mean, they just devoured them. So yeah, I'm always on the lookout. So if any of you hate your Banjo minnows and want to get rid of them, I'll take them because they are great. But before you get rid of them and think you hate them, give them a try, just like you would with the bass assassins, because they're killer. They really are. 55. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I knew you would, sis. Yep, they were good ones. Yeah, Z-Man definitely makes good plastics. Yep. I didn't even know about them until I learned about that Ned rig. They're definitely a great company. Hey, Todd, how you doing, buddy? Now, what else I got here? I know I brought more than that in. Well, that was my favorite color, too, by the way. That right there that I use, that's bubble gum. Like I said, bright colors. I love using the bubble gum. But yeah, bubble gum is great. And then this one here, this is June Bug. It's kind of a blue sparkly color. I like to use that too. That's kind of, I don't know, if I'm in water with a lot of gobies, I like to use something that's kind of a darker color like that, because the fish, especially anymore, they're feeding heavily on gobies in the Great Lakes and the tributaries to it. And if you can find a lure that kind of imitates that, they love it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, man. I actually just recently, well, I did, actually I brought one of them in to show you guys. I never really owned any of those chatterbaits until Martise sent me some. Actually, these were Cowboy Coffee Chew sent me these. I cannot remember the company. I'll have to look it up. I took a picture of the company that he sent me these from, but I have never fished the chatterbaits. I got a feeling though that they're going to be just as good as the spinner bait. maybe. I don't know. They're not going to have as much flash because they don't have, the extra spinners, but I know it's going to wobble side to side. It's got the skirt. It's kind of weedless. I don't know. I think they're going to be great. But yeah, I did recently get, I think Cowboy Coffee Chew sent me like 5 of these. So I'm really looking forward to trying these. And then, of course, I got the Liquid Leech on there. That's what that is. That's from Cowboy Coffee Chew Liquid Leech Company. Oh man, all the stuff's biting up here, Tom. The bass are starting to move up the Sauble River. The smallmouths and pike and stuff are moving in. Obviously, the pike fishing's just been great. I'm planning. I think this week, me and Rich we're going to go to either Fletcher's or we're going to go to Tawas Lake. I haven't totally decided yet, but we're going to go to one of those, and I think it's going to be excellent. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to give that a try. Thank you for that, Luke. Oh man. Yeah, that's I mean, I've been finding some good lures. I didn't show it the other day, but I found it was the Bill Dance Spittin' Image or Splittin' Image, maybe. I think it was. I think it's Splittin' Image, but that's a topwater bait too. And I actually found one of them the other day in a tree. I was pretty pumped. Okay, I haven't tried any of that Guggen stuff yet. I don't know if I'm ready to dive down that rabbit hole. Oh yeah, I hear you, Leanna, and that's probably the best time to find them. Definitely. Oh yeah, the stump fields for sure. Yep. But that's why I think that lake is so awesome. It's got so much structure. Those fish are just all over that stuff. But I don't know. I'm thinking that's where we're probably going to end up because I'd love to tie into some of them. There's some just giant largemouth out there, lots of pike. I think that's where we're going to be going. Um, the other lure that I brought out, this is actually the last one that I brought today. This is for when the fish get this is for when the fish get a little deeper, especially in the summertime when they start moving deep. Crankbaits. All right, crankbaits are awesome. They're easy to fish. Anybody could fish a crankbait. All it is casting out, reeling in. If you want, you can pause. You can give a little twitch here and there. But these things are great. This right here is the jointed shad wrap, which for many years it's been one of my favorites for both walleye. Actually, this was one of my top dogs for walleye for probably 6 years. But walleye and smallmouth just destroy these things. There's a couple lakes up here. I think I was out on, I want to say it was Long Lake the one time. Yeah, it was. I was fishing the gravel beds on Long Lake, and God, the smallmouths were insane on these things. But yeah, jointed shafts are nice. I mean, any kind of crankbait's great. These have a lot of rattles though. Plus, with it being jointed, you get that extra tail wiggle in the back. You get a lot of movement out of it. Of course, crawfish color, because there's a lot of crawfish in the waters that they're feeding on, so that always works good. No, I don't know, Luke. It ain't that. It's I don't know. I seen all the young guns doing it. Like the kids. I seen a lot of kids doing it, and the kids were using words, like donkey and donkey sauce, and I don't know. I'll have to give the stuff a try, but I'm never gonna go that low. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not going down that road, but yeah, I might have to give their stuff a shot. Yeah, Fire Tiger's definitely best color out of everything. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said though, I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna say it on here. I don't want to lose subs from it, but I just never been a big fan of that. Too much stuff going on there. I just like to fish a lot, especially with my old school stuff. I do so good on a lot of the stuff. I've never in my life used any kind of scent ever. and I've always caught a lot of fish. So yeah, I do too. I mean, I buy a lot of companies too. I actually out I've got tons and tons of tackle, but like my walleye box is mostly filled with, X-Raps, crankbaits, all from Rebel and Rapala and uh yeah, at Zuo, and I mean all different companies, but basically if I think the fish, I can usually look at a lure and tell if the fish are gonna like it, and if they like it, I buy it. So, hmm, I'll have to look that one up. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Yeah, I use what works too. Yep. Said hi. Yeah, I want to get down. See, I haven't fished Lake Michigan in years, but I want to get over there and fish it, especially for bass. I've also thought about taking the boat over there and fishing some of the harbors and casting, lures and spoons and stuff, trying to get into some of them steelhead, because I know a lot of those, especially over on Lake Michigan, inside those marinas and that, all year long, there's steelhead and Lakers and stuff that are chilling around there. Well, you guys are getting me into it. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna type that into my phone just so I can look that up, because I've never tried that company. I don't think I've ever even heard of it. Kitech. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it around. Yeah, my connection sucks, Shane. It's really bad. Like this is actually my third live tonight, because two times I actually lost my live chat. It just disappeared off the screen. Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if I've heard of that company or not. I might give them a try, but I don't know. As long as it's soft plastics, like soft. The softer the better, I think. Yeah, that's something I want to try next year for sure. I got a buddy of mine was fishing right in the marinas, or right in the. I think it was the opening of where. God, what was it? I think it was where the Manistee River went into Lake Michigan, and he was just tearing it up. Yeah, the Texas rigworm is good too when fishing slow, but you know, then again, I found that darn Ned rig, when fishing gets tough and they slow right down and get, even in the summer when the fish start getting a little slower. I don't know. I was throwing that Ned rig last summer when everything got tough, and it was working, man. It was working great. Yeah, that's true. I am in the sticks. I'm like, actually, I'm in the bean fields really, but it's about the same. All right, I'll check them out. I just hate, there's a lot of those stupid plastic companies out there, and I say stupid, and I mean stupid. They call themselves plastics, but their plastics are so darn hard. It's kind of like when you buy a gummy bear, you go to eat, it ain't gummy. It's hardcore chewy. I don't like that. I want, you got to have good soft plastic. So if I buy a soft plastic, it's got to be super soft. That's why I like Bass Assassins, really soft. But I'll make sure I check them out and see. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, thumbs up button, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Like I said, third time I've been on tonight. It's just been a booger of a day. Hmm. Yeah, I can't believe I've never heard of that. Never heard of Kitech. Yeah, it's pretty nice, Mike. It ain't too bad. Like literally, well, Leanna was here. Yeah, in the bean fields. It's all. Yeah, you and Josh were here. It's all beans and wheat. Beans and wheat all around me. The geese are loving it. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to put my little goose on a leash or something, because them bean farmers come up and they see that my geese are out there chewing up their fields, I don't think they're going to be so happy. I get a kick out of it, but I don't think they're going to like it so much. Oh, maybe that's it then. Yeah, maybe it. Beans and corn. Oh man, that's awesome. Heck yeah, Luke. uh, yeah, the geese are getting crazy out there. They're out there munching on the wheat, and it's kind of a nice looking field until they chew it up. So yeah, they'll be having goose for dinner. Yeah, I'll just blame the deer. They always blame the deer on everything, so I'll just say, oh yeah, the deer have been around quite a bit this year. And then I'll just hide my geese in the barn. But yeah, yesterday, like I said, I think it was in this chat, that guy Bill that I met the other day, he was in my video. He was that older man that we gave the pike to. He actually gave me a whole pile of traps. Like this year, I'm going to be trapping pretty hard, especially this fall. When water trapping season opens, it's going to be pretty crazy. But I am going to try and get more than 300 muskrats. That is my goal. I got 288 one year. I'm going for 300 this year. We're going to see what happens, but yeah, he gave me a bunch more conibears. I got a bunch, but he gave me more. I got muskrat floats, colony traps, the whole nine. I'm going to show pretty soon here. I'm going to take everything out in the yard and clean stuff up and stain everything and put new tags on. I'm going to show you guys everything that we do. So yeah, she's actually doing pretty good. Yep. Chi-Chi's, I've been kind of giving her a little more open space because she can't be inside forever as much as I love her. And she's getting now to where, I've been letting her stay outside all day long, and she's getting to where she doesn't want to come to me now. So I don't know, but I feel bad because she's also not, like, she'll spend most of the day with her mom and dad and the siblings, but then at the same time, but at the end of the night, when I get off of here, I go out to look for her. She's going to be all by herself, and I can't leave her out like that. She'll probably freeze. She's just still got her fluff. She's not even feathered out. So I don't know. That must be all they got. I think you are. Yep, we got a Kai-Tech spy here. A couple of them, probably. All right, Mike. Thanks for hopping on tonight, buddy. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm just amazed all the time. Everybody that stops and talks with me, everybody that I've met so far has just been amazing. That's funny, Luke. He was actually, when I talked to him yesterday, the first thing he said to me is he thanked me for setting him straight. He legitly said, "Thank you for letting me know. I did not know." He was 100. He was not one of them guys that was legitly out trying to break the law. He didn't know. He had no idea, and he was happy that I set him straight with that. And yeah, he did though. He was happy to meet me, and everything worked out great. And he was real happy with the pike that we gave him. So yeah, it was really good. Oh, Miss Ruby's doing great, Greg. Thanks for asking. Ruby, I think she went to bed, take a nap, but she's been doing really awesome. I'm hoping to get out camping with her here pretty soon. I plan on taking the boat. There's a place that I want to camp at, kind of across the state a little ways, and really looking forward to that. But I'm going to camp out in the back of the van with Ruby and Thor and take them out in the boat. So it's going to be a good time. You guys are funny. Yeah, but I've definitely, I really appreciate everybody. Like I said, I was so pumped that, after last week's, but last I checked, I needed 44. All I needed to get my hair cut. And my pastor today I'm actually chick sitting for him. I've got 15 baby chickens in the spare bedroom right now that I am watching for him while they go down to the Noah's Ark exhibit. And him and his daughter and his wife were joking about dyeing my beard pink, which I don't care. Might just do that too. So, uh, yeah, you're right. I probably should have, Luke. Yep. I'll have to start carrying a fillet knife with me. That way I can just, fillet stuff up for people while they're out there. I actually did want to start a guide service though years ago. It's funny you say LT's guides because I actually had LT's guide service on the side of my aluminum boat, and this was like 10 years ago or something. And I didn't really take anybody out, but the Coast Guard stopped me one day, and they didn't think it was funny. They made me take the stickers off. So yeah, that wasn't very good. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that. Not sure. I know if you do, sheephead, they're just like that. You can do sheephead up. I've never done it in 7 Up, but you can do it in just a normal crab boil. You take you go to the store, buy a crab boil, dump it in, get the water boiling good, drop in just your sheephead nuggets, let them cook. It only takes like 10 minutes for them to cook. And then you pull them out and pour some butter on them, and yeah, they're pretty good. Oh, I wanted to do it so bad, Luke. Problem is, man, it's so expensive. Like, just the launch fees alone for the state, they charge you $1,000 a year just to pay. Because I wanted to do inland lakes. If I ever did, that's what I would do, is random inland lakes for stuff. And I was really all about doing that. But yeah, $1,000 a year just to. I'm sure I could make that up with the guides and stuff, but also I need a better boat. I only got that little 15-footer, and it's nothing. The seats are always breaking on me. It's nothing fancy. I got to get a decent boat for that. See, that's what I got to get doing, man. I really need to get into some muskie. I'm trying to plan a trip up to UP. I want to get into some for sure. Hey, Owen. Yeah, I have fished Lake Michigan. Actually, when I was younger, my dad used to take me and my little sister Susan, and my mom. We used to all go camping different places around the state. And one of the places we used to camp was Lake Michigan. We would camp up in the UP, and then we also go to Lake Michigan. I always loved going over to Ludington. We used to spend a lot of time over in Ludington, but there's some. I love casting off those piers. There's always trout. It's crazy to me. Even it might be because I grew up here, but I really hate Lake Huron. Like I said, maybe it's because I grew up here. Especially off the piers here, the piers are dirty. You obviously can't see the fish. You go over to Lake Michigan, you can stand on the piers and you can see the fish off of most of those piers. It's so clean and just. I don't know. I've always had a huge love for Lake Michigan. It's beautiful. Oh, I'll give it a shot, Leanna. Yeah, I'd love that. I only own one. I bought one last year. God, it was $20 for a bucktail spinner that I bought. And musky lures ain't cheap. But yeah, I'm going musky fishing, so yep, I would love that. Yeah, I agree, Leanna. Yep, it's just not as nice. Hey, Luke. That's I've already got plans, buddy. We just got to set a day. Get a hold of me for sure because I'm talking. I've been doing my research, but and when I say professional, his name's Adam Hume. I went to school with him. Him and I don't remember who he was fishing with in the tournaments, but they took like top in the nation last year in the walleye tournaments. Like he's going places, but he told me a couple years ago that Tequamanen River, one of the spots, right? So I've done my research on that, and I've learned that there's actually a floodwater of the Tequamanen. I did not know that. And the floodwater, although they're not giants, has a lot of muskie. I want to get up there. we'll have to plan a day because I am, you know, even a weekend or something, get up there and camp because I'm down. Yeah, Superior is nice. Yeah, I like fishing up there. Hey Jimmy, what's happening, brother? Hey, I got a. I didn't get a chance to. I don't know why I haven't sent you the picture yet. My sister Robin found a cast iron in her basement of that new house, and I believe it said Lodge on the bottom. It's in kind of rough shape, but yeah, I gotta send you a picture so you could tell me some stuff about it. And I mean, you could probably have it. I mean, you can clean up, put it to your collection. So, all right, have a good night, buddy. Good, it was nice chatting with you. Yeah, I don't care size either, Luke. I hear you, man. That's exactly how I feel. I just want to get out there. I want to catch one for a picture, you know, and I guess they still average 30 inches up there. So that to me, that's a great time. So yeah, let me know. I'm down. Yeah, yeah. Lake Michigan is the cleanest. It is gorgeous. But all right, well, I am going to be getting off here now. I really appreciate everybody, especially those of you that went through and stuck it out today through all the, you know, stupid technical difficulties. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up button on all that. I appreciate it. If you want, if you're looking at getting the merchandise that I sell, Owen, you can go to, actually, it's on www.ltoutdoors.com. I have some of my stuff on there. Not everything, but the majority of it's on there. If you have, like, I don't think my metal detecting stuff is. So if you, you know, possibly want that or a metal detecting hat, let me know. But yeah, you can message me on there too. So, but I hope you guys have a good night, and thank you guys so much for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for chatting. Hopefully next week I'll have a lot more to talk about and a lot more good stuff to talk about. So again, thanks for watching all my videos and stuff. Have a good night, and again, I appreciate you guys.